Hey everyone, welcome to Season 1, Episode 20 of the Film Bros Championship Podcast. I am Tim, with me is my co-host Patrick. How you doing, buddy?
I'm tired. Been digging my bazooka underneath my barn all day, just in case a truck runs through it. You never know when you're going to need that thing.
Yeah, and trucks just really love to run through things.
And you want to keep the bazooka underneath the barn. That's the safest place for it.
You don't want it accidentally going off or anything,
No. That's a terrible thing to just have lying around. So underneath the barn, that's where you want it.
It's just, man, I left my digging shovel in the thing out back, and it's not in the house next to it. This is really inconvenient. How stupid of me to keep the shovel in the back.
Yep. Poor prior planning.
Yeah.
So Battletruck.
Yeah, we saw Battletruck. And we honestly, we saw it way too long ago, and then things came up, and we have not been able to record, so we are finally now able to record, and I'm a little worried that I will not be as, remembering all the things as well, but I feel like you've already now jogged my memory here with the truck running through things. I think it's like one of my first notes I have is, what's up with this truck just running through things?
It's only got the one move. I mean,
yeah,
it's really
all
all
it's got. Yeah. It's funny because it's like, there's a lone random house there. It looks a little rickety. I'm pretty sure that truck's, yep, there it is.
Yeah, the movie blessedly starts with just like this shack, this very hastily put together shack. It's supposed to be like a gas station gone by, and there's nothing inside it. It's very obvious when it runs over. There's no shelvings or anything, whatever. Yeah. But it still just blows through it in spectacular fashion. Lots of that.
Yes.
The movie delivers on its title. There's lots of battle trucking.
This is very true. It is there throughout. It's in the credits, and you never really go long without getting some more battle truck.
It's an impressive piece of machinery, Tim.
Which I guess is not the original title.
Warlords of the 21st Century.
Yeah, I feel like they made an appropriate title change, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess. I would almost say that the original title gave it a more grandiose feel, but also made it seem more sci-fi than it actually is.
Yeah, I guess it definitely sets up the premise here with the warlord thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of a mouthful.
True.
And this movie really is about the battle truck, so I feel like it was a good change. So I guess this was my pick. So I'm going to try to do the synopsis here. Synopsis? There we go. So anywho,
explain to the people.
I will try. So basically, this is another post-apocalyptic movie, post-World War III thing, and again, it kind of comes down to gasoline and oil.
Gasoline.
But, yeah, all the countries collapse and such. So now it's kind of a no man's land.
After the oil war.
Yeah. And I guess some people fought in it, and some people who fought in it are kind of trying to leave themselves alone in the woods and the mountains like Hunter, or you could be somebody that's like, I'm going to be a warlord and take over things like Colonel Straker.
Did the movie imply that he fought in wars before?
Who?
Hunter.
Which one? Hunter, yes. Yeah, there's a line of dialogue where he says he did fight in it in the wars.
I completely missed it.
Yeah, I guess that's why
there's one bit of information.
Skills.
Yeah, I guess so. It's one bit of information I didn't have. That's wow.
Yep, there you go.
He's such he literally says almost nothing in this movie.
Yeah, it's a big departure from the last time we saw him.
He's less annoying. You're right. Yeah, last time we saw him.
He's playing the Confederate soldier dude that has the Confederate flag on everything.
Megaforce, that's what it was. Megaforce. Yes, he was terrible in Megaforce. So annoying.
Very annoying.
He loved the little piggy cartoon, and he had Confederate flag. Ugh.
Yeah, now he's very keeping it Van Damme, keeping it straight. And, he definitely does not say much.
Low on the emoting.
Yes. And to a point, ooh boy, I can't wait to get into that one, I guess. But anyway, so we have Colonel Stryker has a daughter which you find out later is his daughter. Not a big reveal, but they make it out to be. But anyway, she runs away, and Hunter takes her in and has her held up in this community who gets caught up in Straker trying to expand his warlord stuff, and then Hunter has to come in and save the day. And that's basically the gist.
Yeah. That's it.
I tried to go quick with it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, should we get into our hero, Hunter?
Yes. You're not kidding on the not wanting to emote much. Like I love the part where he's trying to bandage her after he rescues her because she runs away and he has to rescue her, and then she's hurt and he takes her to his, which I don't know why he has to take her to, maybe his place in the mountains, I guess, was closer or something. I don't know really why he couldn't go directly to the place that he ends up taking her to eventually. But anyway, he takes out this butterfly knife to like cut her pants so he can like heal her or whatever. And then she's like, "Ow!" Basically, he's like, "Sorry, I'll be more careful." It's like it was the most like, oh my gosh, there is nothing there. Okay.
Yeah, my first line, like, our hero is Hunter. He is a loner. I really couldn't tell you anything else about him.
Yeah, it's basically all he says. I want to be alone.
Yeah,
the entire
he says
movie.
this multiple times throughout the movie.
Yeah. Like I really wish the ending was slightly different. Like I almost kind of wish, because he kind of like facial wise sometimes reminds me of what's his name from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and
Andy Samberg.
Yeah, he kind of has an Andy Samberg look to him in the facial, I think. And I feel like
I guess I see it.
I would love to see a remake.
IMDb still.
I'd love to see a remake with Andy Samberg, like
doing his hot rod impression.
Yeah, basically, or that ending part where like he's walking away on the horse, and she's like, "When will you be back?" And he's like I wanted like an Andy Samberg version where he just goes, "I told you, I want to be alone. Like, leave me alone, woman."
He promises to come back sometime. End of movie.
He's got to get a new bike. This horse won't do.
I wonder if that was his motivation. I really don't know. There's no explanation. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just going away again." All right.
Yeah, no. You'd think like if it was a bike, like Cliff would make him a new one.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I have to call him Cliff.
No,
right? He's
I
Cliff.
really
Isn't he Cliff?
Yeah, he's Cliff from
Okay, I
Cheers.
just want to make sure I didn't mix them up, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that you call him that, because since you weren't the biggest Cheers guy, but
I mean, I didn't watch as many episodes as you, but I have to say I never disliked watching an episode of Cheers.
John Ratzenberger, Cliff Cleveland, is in this movie.
Yeah.
Very young Cliff. In fact,
very young.
This movie came out the same year Cheers premiered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh. I learned something today.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Hunter lives on a farm alone. He raises chickens and turns the chicken shit into methane, which he uses to gas his bike, so he's industrious.
Yeah,
so
a little bit like Thunderdome there, right? Which I think was pig poop that they were turning into methane for gas.
Oh, okay. It's been a minute since I still haven't rewatched it. Sorry.
Oh, come on. That's what Master Blaster was all doing. That was what Master Blaster was about.
It's been a minute.
Your boy Master Blaster.
That's right. Yeah, he lets her stay at the farm for just like a minute, and
really quick.
He dumps her off into this tiny dump town called Clearwater.
Yeah,
and he does this because he doesn't need anyone.
Yeah, he needs to be alone.
Gotta be alone.
He saw too much in those wars, maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely got some Lego Batman thing going on with this guy.
Yes. That would be another fun, just Will Arnett doing this character.
Yes. Anyway, at some point the town gets attacked, and she's Corley, our heroine, escapes on horseback and goes back to Hunter, and she tells him what's going on. He's like, "There's always a way to fight back."
Oh yeah.
And it's like annoyed with her for not like trying something.
Yeah.
Like, what was she gonna do? She didn't have a cool bike. He's just very earnest throughout this whole movie. There's no smiling. There's no nothing from this guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, he does. He's always like, "Did you warn them?" First before like when she's telling him everything. Yeah. Then there's always a way to fight back, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's just There's no enthusiasm in any kind of delivery whatsoever. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
It really is.
yeah.
It does kind of again goes back to Wayne's World 2, where it's like, can we do better here? Can we?
I know it's not a big part, but
Yeah.
yeah. Bring in Charlton Heston would have rocked this part.
Oh, of course, most definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they tried to get him to have some feels for the female at some point, I guess.
You want to talk about their fireside chat?
Oh my gosh.
Why do
the
men
face-
have to fight?
Oh yeah.
It's always about who gets more. It has to change. It's been that way for thousands of years, but it must change. And then they kiss.
They just start making out. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, this
Yeah.
was a sexy come on line.
Yeah. Well, and then they stop making out to do some face caressing, which is really weird. I think if anybody just started caressing my face, that like we stop making out and you just start caressing my face, I'm immediately gonna be get away from me. What are you doing?
I gotta tell you, I was stunned that they boned off camera. That's very rare for a Roger Corman movie.
That's a good point. That's
Yeah.
a good point. Is there nudity? I think there might be.
I don't think so.
Is there? It might be one, maybe, really quick.
I don't
Because
remember.
there is some girl getting raped really quick in the beginning before the daughter runs away, or it implies. I don't know if they show anything.
Oh, I might just have my head down because, like, no.
Yeah,
More
and
raping.
they imply the women. They want the children to go away when they go into the town in Clearwater, and then they ask for the women. So
Yeah.
It's implied rape in there, but yeah, I don't think we see any nudity. So it's a good call. Yeah, a bit different.
Yeah, my man Hunter has a bazooka hidden underneath his barn.
Yep.
Not sure why he didn't think to use it.
He does like
earlier.
to sleep with his gun too, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good
He
trick.
did sleep with his gun, yeah.
Let's see.
Even when he cauterizes his wound with a hot poker later on in the movie, I don't think he showed.
I was thinking the same thing.
emotion.
Did he even scream? I can't remember.
I don't think so. Maybe some light grunting.
Yeah. Anyway, in the end, he loses his chicken shit bike.
Yeah.
And he's on horseback and just goes away after he defeats the bad guys. So I got nothing else to say about this guy.
There's nothing there.
There really isn't, man.
Yeah.
What'd you give it? I gave it a 1.5 just because it looked like he rode the bike some. I guess from his Megaforce days.
Yeah, and as much as like it was like cardboard and you really didn't get anything, it's not like it was also like anything was like cringeworthy or real bad, you know what I mean? Like it kind of was in Megaforce. So yeah, I actually also went 1.5.
Man, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
But I think it was nice to give it 1.5, to be honest.
Yeah, I end up with this movie giving it a higher grade overall, but the more I think about it, I'd rather watch Megaforce again for the laughs.
For the laughs and the overtopness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
maybe. I
the
don't
song.
know. And the song. Can't go wrong with the song.
Yeah.
I think probably what's not helping, it's weird, like as we go further away from watching Megaforce, we're looking at it more fondly. And as we're going away from, because we're a bit late now getting to this one on this movie, on Battletruck, it's not as favorable.
No.
Think
Well,
we're
I
like less now.
actually raised it because I was looking at like, would I rather watch this movie again or Attack Force Z? And I'm like, yeah, I'd rather watch this.
Yeah, Attack Force Z really was a kind of a slog
Yeah.
to get through for sure. And this one wasn't too long or anything, at least.
Anyway,
But yeah.
should we get to our villain?
Yeah, which is clearly the more fun category.
Much more.
Yeah, because I like Straker. Like he's a big son of a bitch.
I was stunned. I had never seen this guy in anything before.
I was too. I
There's
was
something
looking at his
very
IMDb.
familiar about it. The voice is great. He's
Yeah.
got a great voice, great bad guy voice.
Yes, like he should have been like a Transformer.
I was thinking the
Decepticon.
exact same thing. I'm like, what
Yeah.
cartoon was this guy in?
I know. But he was good. Like he was a good like big son of a bitch, and I kind of dug it. Like I think he knew exactly when to play it up and when to just play it more stern and badass. Like I thought it was pretty good. Like that part where they come across those people.
Yes, I love this part.
Yes, and he's like, kill them or whatever, and he's like, oh, there's his right hand. No, he's just joking. You guys run off, and then kills him.
No,
And
yeah,
he's
no.
like,
He's just standing on this rock,
yeah.
like way above everything, looking at the horizon. And his men,
I think they're looking for Hunter.
yeah, I
this
think
point.
they're just observing the perimeter or whatever.
Yeah.
And his men bring 2 prisoners to him, and Straker asks, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "We just live in the area, man." And he's like, "Fair enough, kill him." And they make him run away. It's all in the background, like
Yeah.
way off in the background. They're running far away. They get just shot down. It's just so
It was
nonchalant
great.
and funny.
Yeah, it was great. It was well delivered.
It takes
And there's a lot of that.
Yeah, it takes a while to find out what his name is too. So I just kind of
Yes.
in his notes I just referred to him as Lord Battletruck for a while. But he seems to have this Genghis Khan approach to the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why I think like Warlords of the 21st Century kind of works for what he is.
It's just a mouthful. It's just a
no, you ain't
mouthful,
wrong.
that's all.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got this really cool gravelly voice, and I like
He
it a lot.
does. And I don't know, like he pulls off the dialogue. I think you really get I have to be a certain way for my men to respect me. And I don't know, it's just like there was a few times where it's like, man, he is just kind of cold and
Well, even our first scene with him, right? They pull
too much lipstick and not enough napalm.
Our first scene with him, he pulls over a couple dudes in like a hollowed out VW being pulled by a couple of horses,
Yeah.
and they find fuel being that they're transporting on their little VW. And Straker asks one guy, he's like, where they get the fuel, and he tries to make up a lie or a big story, and he just quickly slashes his throat like, nope, not doing this with you.
Oh yeah.
And the next guy's like, so where'd you get the fuel? He's like, oh, I'll tell you, I'll show you where it is. It's okay. And I'm like, yeah, good villain.
Yeah. Agreed. That was a really cool part. All right. Yeah, that's right. It's funny because I just noticed that note too, and I said right after that happened, kind of cool.
Yeah. And then they finally get to the fuel depot, and he's like, Straker wants the girl. Later on, we find out that's Corley, his daughter,
Right.
and he wants her to.
Which they make obvious, I think.
Yeah, always pretty obvious because since he's not leering at her.
Yeah.
And he wants.
Yeah,
to
and the kiss on the forehead too.
Yeah.
Because he kisses her on the forehead because he's trying to get her to kill this guy and
Yes.
she won't do it. And then he
Kill the
kisses her on
guy who showed them
forehead.
where the fuel depot is because.
Yeah.
What does he say? He's like I don't know. He's a risk since he
Yeah.
knows where it is. And he's like, is he? I don't know. He's pretty subservient
I
to
don't
her
know.
already.
But then he takes the blood and puts it on his daughter's face, which is really
Well,
oh,
first
man, all right.
she refuses to and tries to use the gun on Straker, but it has no bullets.
Yeah.
And then Straker uses his own gun and executes the guy himself. And it's like he shoots from the hip and tells the girl, "This is a new world, and you have to get used to the new rules." And that's where he does the blood on her face thing.
Yes.
And then I love his entrance into into Clearwater. And that's where we finally get introduced to what his name is. And
Yeah, he's ordering people around, you take the children.
I
and
get
then that's
half
when
of
he
your
notices the
food, all your
necklace.
medical supplies and guns.
Yeah.
And this one guy protests, and once again he just shoots from the hip real quick, like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
we're not doing this. And yeah, it's like, where's the women? Where are they hiding the women? I gotta let my men have some fun.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, they deserve it. They can have alcohol tonight or whatever, juice they created for themselves.
And there's a funny scene in the background where there's just something. One of these guys are trying to chase the town chickens, and they're tripping over themselves trying to get the chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the only part that I was a little, and I don't think it was because he was bad. It was just, I think it was just more the writing than anything else. Just the whole dialogue towards later on in the end part of the movie where him and Corley are back together.
yeah.
And she's straight up Hunter's gonna find you and kill you type of deal. And they have this very on the nose father-daughter conversation, and you're by legacy and all that kind of stuff. It was a little did we really have to go this this over the top with this? But all right, that was the only thing I didn't quite like. But again, I don't think it was his fault. It was just kind of Just bad writing.
Well, I was going to say another great badass moment for Straker. Straker is... Hunter has just destroyed the fuel depot. We'll get into that scene later. And Straker is in hot pursuit and then gives up on his pursuit of Hunter and decides to just destroy Clearwater. Yeah. And he's forcing the guy driving Battletruck to go really fast, faster than it should.
Right.
And he's got a red line and blow up the whole truck. And number 2 is like furious, like, don't do this to my, the truck, blah, 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 blah. And when Hunter figures a way to get out into the truck, and we'll get into that way later, he pulls out a gun on Straker when he's distracted, but Straker is just too damn fast and quickly like knifes him in the throat. He's like, nope.
Yeah.
Saw that's coming a mile away.
Yeah.
And what I love is he's like going insane at this point, and he instructs, it seems like he's instructing the corpse to drive faster.
Yes. And it's funny because this is where he does go that extra villain over the top level. And
yeah.
Again, he's pulling it off.
Okay, he's like, I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
But yeah,
I gave him a 2.5. I liked him.
I went 2, but I'm totally fine with going 2.5. I liked him too.
Okay.
I did.
He's bet. I wish he had a decent hero to have gone up against.
Yeah. There's this. He does not have a counterpart. He doesn't have a real equal there to really talk to, and bounce off of. And I mean, to be honest, he didn't really get much with Hunter, right? Because I don't think they're in the same scene with each other really until the end.
Until they're fighting,
the truck,
exactly.
Until they're fighting. So really, everything is with the daughter or his men. And so the daughter stuff again is just some pretty bad writing.
Yeah, it's trash.
Yeah, so not his fault.
No.
But anyway, yeah, agreed.
Okay. Action, stunts.
Action, yeah. Mostly, I thought everything was pretty lame. There were some cool explosions. I kind of like some of the camera mount stuff on some of the vehicles. That was kind of cool. That's about it in general that I have.
Well, there's a lot of Battletruck plowing through stuff.
Yeah. We kind of start off with that in the credits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we should mention there's Battletruck. There's Little Battletruck.
Yeah, the little buggy thing.
Well, no, not that one. I'm referring to the bad guy's second truck, the smaller little pickup truck.
Gotcha.
I call that Little Battletruck.
That's cute.
And yeah, so when Hunter spots Little Battletruck chasing after Corley, he does this like zoom past jump. It's like a better than any jump in Megaforce, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably.
And it's just like he just goes as fast as possible, far away, and of course they chase after him, and then he turns around because he's just too damn fast, picks up the girl, and zooms again. And there's this great, when this happens, there's this hilarious overhead shot. It looks like it's being done by a helicopter, and you can see the bottom, the landing gear of the helicopter, the legs of the helicopter in the frame. In the top right hand corner. Yeah.
That's great.
It's really like, do you really? Yeah, they did. Okay. It's in the top right hand corner of the scene.
When they capture the dude, right after they kill the one dude, slit his throat, and the other guy to show him the oil, right, and the gas, right?
Very beginning, yeah.
So there's this part where he's kind of got his I don't think it's his right hand, it's one of the other weird guy, like, I'm gonna let him have his games with you or something. There was a weird line like his games work real good on dogs, and I had no idea what was going on in that moment and what they were really referring to. I was curious if you picked up on any of that.
Picked and ignored because I don't want to know what he's doing to the dogs. I'm out.
Yeah. I was
going to move past that quickly.
Okay, because I was really like, wait a minute. What kind of games is he talking about? Is it like an eating thing? Is it a sexual thing? Is it just a mutilation thing?
I don't want to know. He doesn't do dogs, Tim. I don't want to know.
Okay.
I'm out.
All right. Fair enough. Super weird.
Anyway, yeah, Battletruck eventually finds Clearwater somehow while searching for Corley. I guess it's like just the only town around. Easily plows through the gates of Clearwater, which is cool looking.
Yeah.
and blows away anybody in the town that tries to fight. But anybody picks up a gun, just getting shot. It's like no.
Yeah, because they all grab some guns. They're all trying to start like a
can't
an
get
offensive.
through Battletruck's plating.
Yeah, and then he uses good use of his megaphone system that he uses frequently throughout the movie.
Yeah. It's like,
he's
stop
like,
fighting,
right.
and I won't kill you. It's just,
Yeah.
And he runs over one little building too because Battletruck gotta eat. Battletruck gotta eat.
It has to.
I really enjoy later on when Straker's men find Hunter's farm.
Yeah.
And Hunter gives Corley a gun, and then sets off to defend farm. So and then 5 guys run into the bedroom, and Corley blows them all away with the gun underneath the blanket without even aiming.
Oh yeah. She's like,
truly
hi,
her
guys, or something like that.
Yeah, and then just like underneath the blanket, no aiming whatsoever. Like, wow, truly her father's child does not aim ever.
No, but it was a cool moment, I have to say. Like and she was not great in this movie, but she pulled that scene off pretty well.
Sure.
But yeah, I think that was like basically of that scene.
Well, then we got Hunter blowing up his methane operation to use as a distraction for him and Corley to get away.
Right. And that's where I guess then it goes into a chase. Yeah.
Man, that sucks. All that chicken shit gone like tears in the rain. That was for you, buddy. That was for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then Straker runs over to the farm and Battletruck as retribution.
Yeah.
There's
also
it looks about as cool as all the other times that Battletruck runs into stuff, which is like that's a truck definitely running over a building.
Right.
So
there's a lot of just driving in a clearing in this movie.
Yeah.
And it goes on.
Well,
it's not like a quick shot. It is, we're going to spend a couple of minutes here of him on the bike driving in this clearing.
This was shot in New Zealand, and you can feel like, I feel like they're hitting some of the same places that Lord of the Rings hit. With it just looks cool around here, guys. We're just going to enjoy this.
It's just me on a motorbike in this cool scenery.
Yeah. A lot of we're going to do this for like a minute.
Yeah, you're going to like this better than Road Warrior because it's prettier, I guess. I don't know.
A very boring chase scene happens after the farm.
Yeah. Yep.
Between Lil Battletruck and Hunter and Corley on the bike. And it's all like one straight line on one road.
Yeah.
No twists, no turns, nothing. But eventually Hunter all right, and gives Corley some grenades to toss at the Lil Battletruck. And she misses just about everyone. He's like, all right, screw it, and pulls over and uses the grenade to
blows up a tree down.
Yeah, to block the road. And that's the end of Little Battletruck.
I think some of them go flying when they hit it, right? I think that's but yeah.
But they definitely knocked over that tree, and we got to see it all. So I was like,
it's just really weird. Like, if you don't have enough time to chop a tree down, I guess a grenade. Sure.
Well, yeah. He's got, make do with what you got. He didn't have a hatchet or an axe.
Sure. You wouldn't have enough time even if you did. So it's just convenient that luckily he put the grenade and the explosion, all that happens nicely for that tree to fall down exactly where he needs it to.
The worst sequence in this movie for me is when Clearwater townsperson Judd, who never liked Corley, kidnaps her to bring back to her daddy, and he also uses her as a setup for a trap for Hunter, who he knows who will pursue her. And he knocks him out with a crossbow. Yeah. But it sounds like it could be interesting as I'm describing it, but it lasts so long.
Yes.
And looks so unspectacular when it happens. It takes so long to get to. It's like,
really does. Again, it's just a lot of driving.
Yeah. But there you go again. That's the scene where you get the cool camera rig on at the floor of the motorcycle. This looks good. So it's
those parts are cool. I just feel like it was more entertaining watching Paperboy back in the day on the NES.
Well, there was a lot of action in Paperboy.
Now
the screaming neighbors, the dogs, the tornadoes. Somehow there was tornadoes on that street.
There was a tornado. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's weird that we didn't make a Paperboy movie.
Right? Why would that should be the obstacle course at the end?
Yeah,
that should have been an '80s movie.
Why is this here? Yeah. The best scene in the movie, though, is Hunter's attack on the gas pump base. With his battle buggy. See?
Yes. Although, like, it's just weird because, like, the thing looks like it's clearly going to fall apart. The thing that Cliff built for him.
It looks like a piece of shit, yeah.
It really does. It looks really awful. And somehow he's got a shotgun mounted.
Is it a shotgun? It's definitely like some kind of long rifle. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's just zooming around, and the gun it's mounted, it's stationary. There's no way to really maneuver it.
Yeah, he's got to move the car to get it to shoot in the direction that he wants it to go to. Yeah.
But he's messing them up.
Oh yeah. He takes out pretty much the whole base except for like Battletruck and blows up the gas pump.
Yeah. And I did find it amusing when what was it? Is it Axel? What's the trader's name? I can't remember the trader's name.
Judd,
sorry. The trader. He's like running up the hill to try to get out of this place. And he's just like, oh no, I see you.
Hunter ain't having it. He's like, I'm going up after you. I'm gonna take you out.
This little POS is gonna drive up this hill and make it and get you.
And like it starts off. The whole sequence starts off with him just going down a small cliff and flipping or doing a 180.
Yeah, I was amazed that car survived.
Yeah, it was like wow, that was cool. He eventually makes his way over to the gas pump and tosses down the grenade down the gas pump, and giant explosion. Yeah, and it looked good.
Well, it's good too when you could drop the grenade and then you don't have to see the grenade anymore, because that's one thing I forgot to mention in the previous battle fight sequence, whatever, when they're dropping the grenades. Did you notice that the grenade, when it was dropped, the explosion happens and you still see the grenade?
No, really?
Yeah,
I did not. Oh, that's bad.
So clearly, that grenade's not making those explosions.
Yeah. Okay.
You could tell particularly good on the tree coming down sequence because you see the tree falling. It's like, oh, look, the grenade's right there.
It's terrible. Okay. That's rough going.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hunter runs away in the battle buggy after blowing up the place, and Battletruck is in hot pursuit.
Yes.
And Hunter eventually gets far enough away and hooks up with Rusty at the top of a hill overlooking the road, which that's Cliff Claven's character.
Yeah.
John Ratzenberger. Yeah. And Hunter tries to shoot Battletruck with his bazooka. With Corley inside the Battletruck.
I guess he knew how strong the Battletruck was?
It seems like he just does not care about this woman that he risked his life to save.
Yeah. And by the way, there was like a whole like 80s montage here, snuck in here, where they're like building the truck or building the battle buggy and then going to get the bazooka and all that. So I just want to make sure we gave that its due.
We got the montage.
Yeah.
Because you got to have a montage.
Gotta have a montage.
Anyway, he misses his first shot, and then the next one he blows off the roof of the trailer of Battletruck.
Which is going to be convenient because that's how he gets in.
Yeah. He's created himself an entrance. It's amazing that he didn't blow this whole thing up.
Because he's got to get back on his bike now.
And that's when he blows up the top of the trailer, that's when Straker decides, screw it, we're not going to go after him. We're just going to blow up what he loves and destroy Clearwater. Which, if he knew him, he'd know he really didn't give a shit about Clearwater anyway.
Not really, yeah. He just needed Cliff to make him some stuff every once in a while. That was about it.
Yeah. So the stunt of Hunter taking the bike and landing inside the trailer of the truck is clearly fake.
Yeah.
It's very obvious, but it still kind of works. Like,
I mean, it's not like Megaforce at the end or anything.
No. Rear projection nonsense. It's just It's like okay. It's a quick edit and whatnot, like, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's not as impressive as they probably thought it was.
The bike clearly jumps and like lands down, like it goes over the truck and then lands to the side of it. But then quick cut to him being inside. It's like it's clearly he's not actually going to make that shot.
Right.
If that was Jackie Chan, we're going inside that truck all in one shot, but not this guy.
For sure. Or even if you're in Eye of the Jury, right, where he's making the jump for the Winnebago into the truck, and it's all
the real guy did that.
Yeah.
No one faked that one.
For sure.
So yeah, when he's in there, he starts blowing away bad guys with what bullets he has, and then he has a pretty lame close quarters fight with Straker.
Straker kind of like beats him up there for a little while.
Yeah, and like,
which made me happy.
What's really mind-boggling to me is Corley is just sitting there, not driving the truck, and just shouting back to
kill him, right?
Hunter, kill him! Kill him! And I'm like, why don't you help? He's getting his ass kicked. And he's got like a giant gaping wound in his chest from before when he got hit with the arrow.
And she's clearly capable.
Yeah, well, eventually she does help. She just took her time. Like, okay, I guess you need help. I'll come over. And that little distraction allows Hunter to pick up like a fire extinguisher and beat the ever-loving crap out of Straker.
Yeah.
Like, literally just takes his face off where he can't see anything anymore. And that's when Hunter and Corley decide this is a perfect moment to escape. And Battletruck goes off a cliff in a spectacular crash. Even though it starts to explode before it hits anything as it goes over.
Yeah. I mean, they do this really big slow motion of Battletruck going down. Like, it was definitely like, oh no, Battletruck.
It took 6 camera crews to catch the destruction of Battletruck. And apparently all the locals in the area came out to watch it. It was like they let them know ahead of time, like, this is going to be awesome.
It was a pretty cool explosion.
Yeah.
It was the best explosion of the movie, for sure.
Yeah, and we had a couple good ones.
It was pretty good, yeah. Yeah, his house blowing up was okay, too, and that was pretty good. But, I mean, the blood splatter and with the extinguisher to the face stuff was pretty good. I thought it was all right.
Yeah. So I gave it action stunts 2.5.
Wow. Yeah, I kind of went 1.5. I kind of went the half point for those couple things we liked. I mean, otherwise I thought it was like, oh no, here's another long shot of driving through a clearing again. Like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this again. And there's like, it's horribly paced. Like it's.
Oh, the movie is, no doubt.
It really, there's like not much going on in between some of these things. And there's like a lot at the end, I guess, but.
All right. Just a 2 then?
Yeah, 2's fine.
Okay. Mentor sidekick.
Well, we got Cliff.
Well, I was going to start with Corley since she's kind of a...
All right. Fine. Fine. We can talk about Corley.
I don't have much to say. But she's technically a more important character that has more lines, so...
She does. I wish she didn't.
She is, as we mentioned, she is Straker's daughter and wants nothing to do with his murderous ways.
Right. Apparently he used to maybe be a good person. Because she talks about, like, her father being good or something when nobody knew it was Stryker yet or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, she's completely lying. It's hard to tell.
Probably, yeah. She's not exactly the most truthful character.
What I love about her... So the movie starts off with, I already explained with her defying Straker, her dad. And she runs away later that night. And Straker notices her leaving. He's like, all right. And we wait till the morning and then he sends his men after her. And the moron is still running on the damn road.
Yeah.
Like, why? They're pretty much limited to the road, lady. Why are you on the road?
Yeah, they're like trying to like lasso her.
Yeah, that's really bizarre. I forgot to mention that.
I feel like you might still kill a person if you're driving on a truck, lassoing a girl running on the ground.
Yeah, you probably snap something. Yeah.
Right? Or someone's going underneath the tire or something.
I also enjoy the fact that everybody who runs into Corley can tell that she's never worked a day in her life.
Oh, yeah. This is the first thing anybody says.
Got soft hands.
Makes me think of Jaws.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't need any of these working crap.
Silly hands.
Yeah. Working class hero crap.
Yeah. But yeah, we got Cliff Cleaven is in Clearwater.
Yeah.
And he's Rusty, the town mechanic.
Yeah, and he can basically MacGyver anything, it seems like.
Yeah, and he's got all sorts of helpful things, like he's got some bulletproof glass just lying around somewhere that he's got to find.
Who doesn't have bulletproof glass lying around somewhere? And
in the apocalypse, no less.
Yeah, he's got a little helper person, which I wasn't sure if that was like a son or something. I don't know.
Not very clear.
Yeah, it wasn't clear because he got his hands burned. Was it burned?
Yeah, pretty badly burned. They destroy one of his hands to get the information of where Hunter's farm is, because when they go to Clearwater, they notice that she's not there. but they know that she was there. It's like, where was she? Like, she would have rode to Hunter's Farm. Only a couple people know where Hunter's Farm is, and John Ratzenberger, Cliff Clavin, is one of them.
Yeah.
He basically loses his hand.
Yeah, and he's very apologetic to having that he caved.
And to Hunter's credit, it's just like, I would have done the same thing. I completely understand. It's all good. So I was like, okay.
Nobody's going to stand up to that kind of torture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're friends now. They're all going to help build, what is it, Battle Buggy?
The Battle Buggy.
We're calling it Battle Buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that. I gave it a 1.5 purely for John Ratzenberger.
Why do men have to fight?
I already did that one.
I know. I just wanted to do it again since we're talking about sidekicks.
Yeah.
You did 1.5. I also did 1.5.
Yeah. Okay. So we gave the movie a 7.5 then.
Yeah, I had it originally at a 6.5, so it went a little higher.
Okay. All right.
So where is that? That is. So we got to make a decision then. Because that is tied with The Soldier and Attack Force Z. I think it's going to be in between those for me.
I agree.
Yeah. I think I'd rather watch The Soldier.
Yeah, The Soldier.
That movie's definitely some nonsense, but...
So the writer-director of this movie, Harley Coklis, was the second unit director on Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. By the way, the fact that the movie opens with after the oil war, and man, how did George Miller not sue? Okay.
Maybe he's like, we're neighbors. It's fine.
So the filmed in New Zealand for tax reasons, and the film crew was mostly Kiwis. Lee Tamahori, director of The Edge, Along Came a Spider, Triple X State of the Union, Next, and Die Another Day, was a boom mic operator for this movie.
Oh, I like some of those movies.
And Stuart Dreisberg, Oscar-winning cinematographer for the piano, was a gaffer during the making of this movie.
Wow.
Battletruck was a converted P9 logging truck designed to haul 120 tons.
Dang.
They had a local truck driver drive the truck for the scenes, and it was apparently a nightmare to drive.
I'd imagine.
Could barely see forward, and it was awful with turns.
Oh my gosh. Not practical truck.
Well, no, but it was a battle truck.
That is true.
The secret underground gas pump looked kind of cool, by the way. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah, it was weird how it popped up out of the ground.
Yeah.
Like, they must have done that in the middle of the wars, maybe?
Yeah, this was I was here for the wars. The guy who grabbed it was like, yeah, I served here.
Yeah.
This is where it was.
And they were like, I guess there must have been some nukes that dropped because they were all like, it's radioactive in there. Don't go in or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like they blew like a third of the budget on the movie, setting up that underground thing. I was like, it looked good. It looked good. So when it goes off the cliff, by the way,
yeah,
there's no money for a radio control operated truck. So a stunt driver had to slam on the gas and jump out right before the truck went off the cliff.
Oh my God. That could be easily death.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So really appreciate that.
Is there some practicing of timing that? Like, oh man.
And after the thing blew up right on the ground, the townsfolk all went and grabbed mementos of the truck.
Piece.
Yeah. So there's you can go to restaurants where you got pieces of Battletruck hanging in there and homes and stuff.
I wonder,
supposedly you can still see pieces of it in the river bed.
Oh, wow. I wonder if that's why, since he had to jump out of the truck, because the shot, you don't see it go off.
No, yeah, exactly.
Already coming down.
Yeah.
So it's like...
That's why.
Okay. That makes sense.
The budget of the movie was about $400,000, a little over $1.2 million today. Worldwide gross of $3 million, over $9.3 million today.
Okay. All right.
Roger Corman never lost money on a movie.
Not even Sorceress?
No, don't think so.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Go you, Roger Corman.
I'd have to double check my notes on that, but I bet not. Roger, undefeated, that man.
Wow. Battletruck ends up going in the 12th spot. Wow.
Yep. Sorceress did not lose money. Budget of $500,000. Worldwide gross of $1.3 million.
Dang.
Corman undefeated.
I think in our final episode, I might still have to push back on you on Death Wish 2 or fighting back over Death Wish 2. Should be a fun episode.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. I think the final episode, we'll definitely, officially break stuff down here, and I think we could quibble with some stuff if like, hey, which one would you rather rewatch type of stuff, and kind of make an official list. And I'm almost wondering too if we should do like, okay, which out of this season, which character gets the best hero award out of all the movies? What's the best villain out of 1982 out of all the movies? That kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. Well, we can definitely discuss that for the final episode. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's your turn to pick.
It is my turn to pick.
I'm very nervous. I'm very, very nervous.
Why? There's only 3 options left.
I know. You're making whatever you pick.
No, I've already won this. Because we've already decided what the end is. So you know what you have to choose next.
I know.
So we're doing the challenge.
Okay. I did want you to be the one picked out. It was the one you were most excited about. But yes, that means I'm the one who has to pick Firefox.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, the challenge.
Directed by John Frankenheimer, starring Scott Glenn.
I have to say, this movie does look really cool.
Yeah, this is right up our alley.
It really is.
Wait, Mifune's in this movie? Oh my god, I probably knew that before, but still. Yes. God, what a poster. Are you looking at the poster on the IMDb?
Yeah, the poster's so cool. With his epic low-cut hair with the samurai sword and everything.
Beautiful.
It just looks so awesome.
Spectacular.
And I mean, I think this movie's got everything that is like right up my alley. Really is.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it? A down-and-out American boxer becomes involved in a feud between 2 Japanese brothers. What more could you want? The end has a little dagger in it in the logo, and yeah, man, I'm excited. The challenge.
The challenge. And we'll have to rent that.
Oh well, yeah. You rent on Prime. I think they're all rent on Prime now. What's remaining? I mean, I own Conan, so that's not a problem.
Right.
But the Firefox is also a rent on Prime.
Okay.
But I feel excited to at least paying money for this one. This one looks really cool. It's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's a $4 rental on Prime, but should be fun. Man, I might just buy that Blu-ray outright.
Well, if you do, let me know.
I think I will. John Frankenheimer.
You just have a gut feeling like this movie's gonna be good.
I bought money on. You know what? I'm 2 out of 3 I'm straight up just buying the movies.
You bought what?
No,
I mean,
I'm 3 out of 4. I'm 3 out of 4. Yeah, because I bought the Mad Max movies. I forgot about that.
You bought the Mad Max movies. You bought I, the Jury, and you purchased
Junkman.
Well, you are pretty good track record.
And I also bought The Soldier.
Oh, well, yeah, that one's maybe not that great. I mean, it is 11, so it's not like it is outside the top 10, but it's not like towards the bottom. So,
God, is it that high?
Shockingly enough. I know when you're starting to look at it, but you look at the bottom of the list, like you're kind of like, yeah.
Okay. Well, looking forward to it, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is a bit of a shorter episode for us. Sorry. Just lack of remembering.
I know. We took too long. We should have had some more future, some better foresight to be like, you know what, it might not work. Let's not push it. And, oh, well, live and learn.
Yep.
All right. Let's do it. That is it for us. Please show your support for the podcast by leaving a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or wherever you happen to listen to the show. Also, sharing is caring. Be sure to follow us on social media to get the latest show updates. You can contact us by emailing at filmbrochamp@gmail.com or find us by searching for the hashtag FilmBroChamp or action movies, any 80s, anything like that. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Film Bros Championship Podcast. Peace out, everyone.
Under the Barn. That's where the bazookas go. Remember, people, under the barn, where they're not easy to get to.